faith from fluffy to fierce. It's so normal to go through life just doing the motions, right? Set the alarm, get ready for work, pack the kids up and do school drop-off, work, dinner, homework, baths, bed, repeat. Throw the occasional school activity, game, and birthday event in, but overall, it all stays the same. It's so easy to get wrapped up in the normal and not to think about other people or things. This was totally my life. I went to church most Sundays and prayed nightly. Usually my prayers were thanking the Lord for the day and asking to guide me to be better for the next. I felt bad for other people when they went through things, but that's where it ended. I didn't tithe or serve or give selflessly on a consistent basis. I knew horrible, tragic things randomly happened to people, but that was never going to happen to me. To be honest, the thought never crossed my mind that it could happen. April 12th, 2019, that changed forever. I drove my son to Cook's Children's Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas, thinking he needed an IV bag and a shot for nausea. I walked into the ER with him, and the EMT at the front asked me when his lips had turned purple. My mother-in-law and I just stared at each other. After that, my son was pretty much ripped from my arms and ran into a room where an episode of ER played out. 20 medical personnel gowned and masked, asking a million questions. It turned out he was barely alive. The most incomprehensible thing imaginable to me. Official diagnosis? Bacterial and viral pneumonia and sepsis infection in his blood. All caused from type A strep and the rhinovirus, common cold. That was missed by his doctors. He was sent to the ICU where his life expectancy was hour by hour. I can't explain to you the feeling when a doctor tells you, we were at the hospital. Why wasn't he fixable? Let me go ahead and share this. He survived. It wasn't easy, but he was placed in a medical coma. The doctors and nurses worked tirelessly to treat his cardiovascular system, respiratory system, and everything else. He woke up on Good Friday. How amazing is that? We were discharged May 1st. Here's the good stuff I want to share. As I watched Hunter being worked on in the ICU by 20-plus people, my heart shattered. I immediately prayed, but was dissatisfied with the results. Doesn't God heal instantly? I found myself frustrated and scared. We were surrounded by other parents who prayed with us, chaplains, family, and friends, and even strangers. It's safe to say I was in shock. I texted a group of friends begging them to pray for Hunter. The first night in ICU, I held his hand and paced and prayed. I think I fell asleep for an hour or so. Sleep was the furthest thing from my mind when my son was fighting for his life. The next day I was given a journal. Initially I thought it was absurd to give me this when I just wanted to stare at my son, because surely that would fix him. The second night I was anxious and stirring, so I stared at the journal and thought, why not? I started writing down Bible verses that were shared with me. I searched up specifically ones for healing and faith and strength. I attempted to collect my thoughts and get my feelings and thoughts down on paper. As I continued journaling, I was writing down my prayers to be more specific and reread my thoughts. I focused not only on my son, but those who were helping us. I have social media and tend to post the picture-perfect moments. I hesitated putting our horrible situation out there, but I did. The feedback was incredible. So when do I get to the part about the faith? Well, the entire time we were in ICU, I felt a presence hugging me. My arms had two warm spots where I felt the nonstop hug. Honestly, after 48 hours on only 2 hours of sleep, I thought my body was just sore or something. It dawned on me that God was hugging me. A few moments later, a friend reached out via email to share her experience of being held by God when her husband had suffered from a stroke. I just knew right then and there that he was with me and wouldn't leave my side. I clung to that as my fear and anxiety crept in at the worst moments. I found so much peace in journaling and writing down my prayers to God. Joining me in prayer were my friends and family, as well as our entire nation. Our local community, as well as strangers from other states, shared our posts and sent us messages. Random people visited us at the hospital and prayed. This fierce and consistent praying undoubtedly healed my son. I actually overheard a doctor say, "We didn't do anything special, just our jobs. A higher being did this miracle." So why share this? Because I want others to truly feel the change I felt. I want everyone to have a deeper relationship with the Lord. It took a huge, drastic moment in my life where I literally had no hope other than God. When asked how I made it through that time, it was because of my faith. When I found myself on the floor crying, friends, strangers, family would lift me up in prayer and strength. The Lord miraculously saved my son, and through that, he saved me. Join me in leaving behind fluffy faith and indulge yourself in getting to know the Lord better. Study His Word, memorize verses, pray for others, and give selflessly. Fierce faith will save you in every way possible. I promise you will be changed forever.